Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Stratego video. This is going to be another ranked game on one of my many accounts. This one's going to be against Rainbow 33. There are actually two games against the same player in this episode. I thought it would be pretty neat to show you guys how to play when you face the same person twice in a row. So right off the bat here, you can see my bomb formation. This guy is he's played a lot of games, so I assume he's some sort of lottoer. So I make sure that my kernels are like relatively well protected. And also, I made my bombs pretty difficult to board read. So here we're kind of just throwing each other out. We exchange scouts there. This piece, so since this moved there behind the lake, I think it could be something good. Definitely a possible marshal slash general. And it, this is interesting. He moved two pieces here, so maybe gen spy, so something of the sort. So this goes down here. So what I decided to do here is because since this is a front row piece, I highly doubt this is something of value. Like it's probably like a sergeant, lieutenant, captain, something of that sort. So I decided to hit up instead, and we had a colonel. So it's interesting. People don't typically put colonels like in these spots behind the lake, but I mean we found a colonel, so he advanced on the captain. No hesitation there. So no hesitation on that. That's kind of interesting because it came from I believe right here, which is that very well could be a good piece, but no hesitation on that. And him moving left here, that tells me he's probably scared of this piece, which would make sense. This is a pretty common martial spot. Also, if you remember, he moved this colonel with this piece, so I'm thinking this could be the marshal because marshals often guard colonels. So yeah, I'm thinking right now that this could be the marshal coming down. So it's got that sergeant, so I'm gonna go over to take that with my Louis. So I'm with my lieutenant. So here, this piece is coming down. I'm pretty sure this is the marshal, so I move my captain up just to confirm. And so yeah, so he's marshal here, colonel here. In retrospect, this captain this was a blunder because now he can just take it. Even if I go right, he's probably yeah. So he's gonna take this captain. That was a blunder on my end. So that was uncalled for to say the least. So you could just lotto this colonel here. Yeah, that was completely uncalled for. So now I know this guy's a total lottoer. And this is something you won't want to you don't want to do. So he lottoed that colonel, right? He got pretty lucky there, but then he continued to lotto, and also he's lottoing the back row. Like if I were him, I'd be happy I got a colonel. I would just back out of there and be happy I'm up a colonel, and then he would just exchange the rest of the game. And then he'd probably win because I'm down a colonel and I'm down a captain here, so I'd probably lose this game. So yeah, this guy's just started going crazy after he got that colonel. It's gonna work too because as you can see, I don't really have any bombs here. So at this point, I'm just hoping that he hits one of my bombs. So that was yeah, this is very risky what this guy's doing. He finally hits a bomb. So that was I'm not entirely sure why he thought that this was not a bomb. Like this is a relatively common bomb spot. If I were him, I would have I would have just backed out after I got the colonel because now his marshal's blown up. Now I'm probably still down material here, but I am up. Well, I'm gonna be up marshal, but I am gonna be down quite a bit of stuff. So yeah, that was interesting. I'm not entirely sure why I hit that. Yeah, like if you lotto, you should be happy with what you get. He had a colonel. You should have been happy with that. You should have backed out. This didn't hit him before. This didn't hit him before. So neither of these are the spy. So he should just backed out. I don't know why he didn't. Like that's just what confuses me about a lot of these lottoers. So also something else great. We know this colonel. I threatened it with my marshal. My logic behind that is since his marshal originated on this side, there's no way this spy is gonna be on this side. Because the gen spy are typically on like since the marshal's on this side and this guy's some sort of blitzer, it looks like. I'm guessing the gen is probably like one of these two. Since the marshal came from here, I believe the gen could be this piece. So I don't know why I'm not chasing his colonel. I could probably get it easily because the spy, I highly doubt that spy's there. So I should be taking that risk. I know I'm not. So he's changed sergeants there. That's fine. We changed lieutenants over there. So yeah, I don't know why this was a blunder of mine. I should have been going for this colonel with the marshal because the gen's obviously over here. So he's got to say that was a waste of a scout. Here I think I'm trying to get my gen out, but yeah, I should be taking this with marshal because there's no way the spy's over here. The chances of that they're just so low. So this piece, I'm not really sure what to think of this piece right now. It goes right, so I mean it goes left. Sorry, I can scout this piece whenever I want. So if you notice, I could go gen up, right? Because then I could get these two pieces. But the problem is, if I go gen up, then he's gonna go down. He's gonna get this captain. And he's gonna get this major. Well, not the major probably, but he's gonna get the captain. So now that my marshal's defending this, I know that now it's safe to go up with a gen. So um here I go up with this, and this was a I did not play this well. I should have come up with my marshal to hit this colonel or my marshal up here. I should have taken advantage of that. It wasn't known. But it says here this the spy is obviously I assume it's this piece. So yeah, I could have gotten this kernel for free because this passageway was blocked to the center. So there's a huge blunder on my end. So yeah, we can change scouts there. Now I'm still kind of in the lead. So yeah, that's his kernel in the center, and I forgot what the other kernel is, but I'm sure it'll appear later. I bring my spy up here because it's useless now because the marshals are well, his marshal at least is off the board. So yeah, I could have played that way better. I really did not play that well. I'm gonna go up with my spy and pressure him, and I'm just gonna keep it there because I can. He takes it with Louis, so that's good. We get target here with Louis. So yeah, he's one kernel here, and the other one I believe is not known because that's the thing. Yeah, this was a kernel from over there. So I'm gonna get this lieutenant. I'm just gonna keep chasing it back because I know I can get it. So he gets me finally, and I'm okay with that. So I think I decided not to hit this piece. I'm pretty sure it has moved. Maybe it hasn't. I'm not sure, but I decided not to hit it. So yeah, I know this moved. So that's great. This moved, and we got a major. So yeah, this was great. This really put me in the winning position in this game. Um, yeah, this guy kind of made a blunder there when he didn't guard his major. He should have had like a buffer piece, like a scout, minor sergeant, something like this. So then he would know what's coming in, and whether to like hit it with his colonel in exchange, or like hit it with the spy if it's the marshal. But he didn't have anything there, and it cost him a major. So yeah, that was great. So yeah, just remember it's colonel here, and then this is the suspected spy. So yeah, we get the spy, then we trade colonel. So that was an interesting move on his end because this colonel was not known, I don't believe, and this one was. So that was if I were him, I would have hit it with the known colonel, not the unknown one. But now I can get a free, I'm gonna get a free piece here because I can fork these two. So I'm gonna get something here, but I know that some pieces back here moved, yeah, so I'm just kind of like just two squaring it. Actually, yeah, I just realized I can get this colonel here, and yes, he hits me. So um that's why you always want to be cautious of the two square rule because I just two squared him all the way back. What he should have done is hit me with the known kernel there. When my kernel moved in here, he should have hit me with the known one. But then I probably would have just come up against the unknown one. But see, after he hit me with the unknown kernel, and my marshal was I think here, his kernel was here. When I went I think I went up, he should have gone like down or something. Actually, wait. I want to see what happened. So I moved right, and he went up. Yeah, he should have gone left there. I don't know what he was thinking. So yeah, he should have gone left. But yeah, the cost him a kernel. And then yeah, this was a minor move. He was trying to get pieces out. So get a minor there. That's nice. Then this also moved. This is a blunder by my opponent. So this is probably a major, right? It's coming down here for a lotto. And when you're going for a lotto, you should still try to save your other pieces because this captain it was safe to do the 3 square. So yeah, this guy was so focused on lottoing that he just letting me take all his stuff. This was a blunder. He probably thought that I lottoed the captain, even though it did move. So here he just gives me a free piece, which is you never want to lose something to a known piece. It's not good. So this is obviously a major coming to lotto. So we're not gonna let him do that. Unfortunately, he does get away with this, but I'd rather have him get away with this than lotto my setup here because this is pretty vulnerable. So I check his record there. I would like to see what that is. Okay, yeah. So he actually hasn't played as many games as I thought. Around like 150 games or so. Record a little bit above 500. So I gotta get my Marshall back for defense here. So yeah, I'll go down with this captain to make sure that he can't like fork or anything. And it's probably a major. So yeah, this is the last major, but I know that he can't get much over here. So I move with the captain, then he hits the bomb. I think this was the correct piece to hit. I mean, if I were him, I wouldn't have hit any pieces, but he was down a lot, so he kind of had to. Hitting the sergeant, he was just get taken by the marshals, so it was the best piece to hit. So I type him GG. That game, like, I didn't really feel like I won that game. Like, sure, I did win the game, but yeah. So that was I don't know why he's still even playing at this point because I'm up so much material. Yeah, that doesn't really feel like a win to me because it wasn't really a strategic victory. But I get 10 rating or 10 elo, sorry, and I'm a silver miner now. But yeah, yeah, I just won because he lottoed. That wasn't really, but I mean, at least we won, right? So we're up a marshal, up 2 majors, up a captain, up a lieutenant, down a minor, down a scout. So yeah, let's get into the second game against this guy. All right, we are in the second game here against Rainbow 33. So since we played in the previous game here, I made a setup that goes well facing his playstyle. I have some double horizontal bombs here. I made sure that my kernels, this kernel and this kernel, that they're both safe from any lottos because one was here and I did get a lot last game. So yeah, I'm just making sure that my setup is very lotto proof. And I have an open flag. I had a closed flag last game against this guy because I didn't know he was a lottoer. But I have an open flag because lottoers they typically don't get to the end game because the like lotto pieces into bombs or something like that. So that's why I have an open flag. And even though he came down left last game, I have bombs in all three lanes just because we did play each other the previous game, so it wouldn't. So he probably changed his setup up a little bit, probably in a lotto down a different side this time. So exchange scouts there. I go here to cover this, to cover the marshal if it gets revealed. My strategy is going to be much harder to win with. So he comes down with this piece. It's got some major that's not great, but actually this might actually be good because I do have marshal major spy trap here, and that this is very good bait for a good piece. So I go over there with that lieutenant because if he was down here with the scout, it's not a good situation. So I bring over with my gen because because keep in mind if this is the marshal, I can just get it with the spy because I'm gonna go over with the spy, and if it's like anything else, then I'll just take it with the gen. So here I can't really lose unless like a marshal hits this or a gen hits this or something like that. So yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for something to happen. So yep, if we find the marshal pretty early, that's about what you expect while playing this guy. So this is good because our setup's pretty anti-lotto over here. It would not be good if it takes the major, but if he does, he'll probably just hit the bomb anyhow. So yeah, here I'm hoping he doesn't hit my major. Yeah, and he does. So that was like the one thing that I couldn't have him do, but it is okay because I'm obviously not gonna hit him here because I have bomb here, spy here. I still could get something. That's my Louis. That's whatever. Okay, so this move I don't really understand it much because I could have easily ran away with this general and got it like up here or something like that to safety. So it was very easy to run away with this, or I could have got up with this. But I intentionally let him fork me here so that I could get him with the spy. So he should realize that people don't just like they don't just give you like piece like that. You should realize that if I didn't make this mistake on purpose. Like, I'm sorry, I made this on purpose. Like, people don't just like accidentally just leave piece hanging. So because Marshall, the best thing about this is our Marshall isn't revealed, our Gen isn't revealed, and he can't lotto now because I'm just gonna block the lanes with my Marshall in general. So this piece, so yeah, let's see what these are. I'm guessing so these two are probably like Colonel Gens, something along those lines. So yeah, there's a Colonel. So I'm not gonna make the same mistake as last time, like coming up with my Gen like that. This is probably the general. Like let's be honest here. It's a major though, so I was wrong on that. But judging by this guy's playstyle, probably could have been the Gen. The Gen's probably here because I'm pretty sure the Marshall came from here. I could be wrong though. So there he stops himself from getting forked, but I go up here and he goes down. So his majors, I mean, his Colonel's toast. So it's basically gonna be game because since I have his major by 2 square, he's gonna have to trade gens. And then I have 2 colonels to his 1 colonel. Well, 2 colonels and a marshal to his 1 colonel. Because yeah, he's gonna have to move back or something and change gens. So I don't really know what his plan was there. Like maybe he should think that like, oh, maybe he'll forget it. Like there's a chance that he'll forget the major. But yeah, we get that. So now we're up at marshal colonel. There's no chance of him coming back here. This is probably some desperation lotto with his other colonel, or maybe with his gen. But yeah, something of the sort. But yeah, here I was very surprised when I played this. I actually forgot this in the analysis. But yeah, it was a sergeant. But while I was playing, I was expecting a full gen lotto. This moved. Just trust me, it did. So now I'm thinking that this is probably the general coming down for a lotto. I'm gonna be able to stop him there though, and I know that this is if he goes down here, hits this, then he's done for. So it's a colonel. It's another gen, but in a way that's better because I can trap it with my gen, and also it's like it's trapped. I can just go marshal left. So this colonel's toast. He can't go up. I'll just take him. He'll go right. I'll take him. He goes down. And he blows himself up. He chooses the bomb route, which is the bad route. And look at that. We scout a captain there. So that's nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that. But our lead it's such a big lead because we're up a marshal 2 colonels. But I do have to be a bit careful here because this colonel, if I move it like too far, he could get my flag somehow. I'm not entirely sure. So I'm thinking that this could very well be the gen. So this this miner did not move. I thought the captain was here or something, but yeah, that was that was a very high chance to be a bomb, considering it was from his gen side. It was in the back row. It could have been a bomb in like a triangle of a flag on G10. Yeah, that was just extremely lucky. I didn't. Yeah, I just forgot the captain. Then I just hit that piece because I thought it was the captain. But yeah, that was just a mistake, and I'm genuinely surprised that I didn't hit a bomb. But I guess we lottoed a minor, and then we got the captain. So this is probably the gen coming down to lotto. But the thing is, this guy relies on lottoing for his strategy. But since I'm up 2 colonels and a marshal, he can't lotto. His whole strategy just falls apart. So here I'm thinking he's gonna hit this double horizontal. That's what I'm gonna do. So here, these 2 pieces, they're gonna get taken. One way or another, right? One way or another. If neither are the gen, then they're just gonna get trapped by the gen in the marsh. If one's gen and he trades, I'm just gonna run up with this colonel and trap them. So yeah, those pieces are both gonna get taken. And here, this guy's a lot of work. He keeps doing a lot of this bomb. He might try to like defuse this with a mine or something. And get this by here. So this piece is probably either minor or like a colonel or something. It was a major. Sorry, he doesn't have any colonels left. So yeah, this was the purpose of the double horizontal. This guy's probably thinking to himself like, why would anyone put 2 bombs next to each other like horizontally? But it worked. Um, so yeah, this setup it worked. It worked so well against this guy because Lottoers, these kind of setups, they work so well. So now I'm thinking this is probably the general, but I can trap it with my Jen and Marsh. And this guy, this piece. I don't think there's any reason to move this piece. It's just giving me another like, target. So exchange gens there. This is probably a minor, But I actually might want. I think you actually let him discover this. This I let him take the bomb and discover the sergeant. I'm pretty sure. So he exchanged Louis. I can come up with this major because if you look at the graveyard, it's always important to look at the graveyard. As you can see, he's out of marshals, generals, and colonels. He'll need this one major. So this game at this point, it's just mop up. Just type in GG again and he surrenders. That's how you beat the same person twice in a row. Especially because what I did. So typically some people might like make a setup that'll counter the setup that their opponent used in the previous game. But in my opinion, that's not a good idea because if you remember that you played them, they're probably gonna remember they played you, and they're definitely gonna change up their setup. You should always change up your setup when you play the same person twice in a row. So yeah, what I did is that I knew that he would change up his setup, so I made a setup based on his play style, which is just to lotto and hope that he gets lucky, and it worked very well because as you can see, he did change up his setup. He lottoed down the center instead of down the left. I mean, he did end up lottoing down the left eventually, but yeah, I changed my setup to make sure that it not only fit his setup, but also fit his play style. So yeah, that's how you get, I'm pretty sure it was 19 elo, maybe more than that, but yeah, that's how you beat the same person twice in a row. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.